What's up? What camera up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the Mix Podcast, and we here back in the building once again. And thank y'all for being patient with us. You know, every time we come out, we gotta hit y'all with some heavy hitters, man. Every time we drop, you know, that's my bad. Let's put that on.
Damn.
Quite on set. Silent. But yeah, man. Every time we come out, we got it, man. We bring the heat, so that we get those little breaks between, you know, from us. But yeah, we just red carpet that we did with Smith Enterprise. Enterprises, you know. Thank you, Rocky and Janae, for that.
Yeah, Rocky and Janae.
Always there. Yeah, we got the and we got that coming too. We actually got to sit down and have a discussion with it on the podcast. So yeah. With no further ado, before we get into our special guests today, check out this trailer.
So you put your phone right there.
Your father told the streets over me and you. And the streets took care of him. It's hard out here without a father. Just think about that sometimes, okay?
Find out who killed my son. I've been getting bullied at school, all right?
It's your last chance. You sure you want this life? If I wanted you dead, you would have been dead the day Domino got murdered. I got an end game. And you need to start thinking about yours, too.
Well, I got a plan, too. We get out.
I told you, I'm gonna take everything from you.
It's gonna be a lot of blood spilled.
Yeah.
Who's that? Can y'all say who that was with the mask on at the end of the trailer?
Somebody.
Okay. I tried.
You tried to get us.
Come on. Oh, man. Hey, man, as y'all see, we got mad energy out here today. A lot of charisma, a lot of character. Man, we about to go away. We about to have a good time for this show. We're going to learn our guests right here. And we're going to start right here to the left. Go ahead, introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are.
Sure. I'm Mikala Lena, better known as MK because people just can't say my name, so it is what it is.
Oh, you say that one more time?
Mikala Lena. It's Hawaiian,
that time.
but I'm Puerto Rican, so don't get it messed up.
Dang.
And parental discretion advised.
Okay.
Bet.
What's going on though, man? It's your boy City Animal. And this time around I play Memphis, parental discretion advised.
I'm not.
Oh, my name. I play Carmen. Was it Carmen? No, you definitely ain't playing Carmen.
She never got her name.
It's hot. I've been drinking. I forgot.
It's hot.
Look,
I didn't hit him.
I gotta look. I'll come back.
Come back to her. Come back to her.
What up, though, y'all? I'm Dominic Ovando. I play Styles in the new movie PDA.
Hey.
Jeez.
It's one of the ones for sure.
You already know that.
Right. And I'm your girl, Lady T.
Lady T.
Lady T.
Yes, we're about to get it cracking. We're about to dig into it. We're about to talk about this movie as much as we can. Y'all know we can't, you know.
Get way too much.
We be trying, but you see they doing it real quick.
Oh yeah, I'm about to get that.
Fresh just tried it.
Give me the crumbs.
So who here is gonna be the one that we don't hate? There's always gonna be somebody.
Right.
Which one of y'all is it?
Which one's gonna
What y'all think it is?
That y'all gonna hate.
That we gonna hate.
Oh, that we gonna hate.
Look, I really honestly don't think you are going to hate anybody because everybody has their own story and perspective.
Remember that.
So it ain't no bad.
I mean, for me, that's what I would say, to be quite honest.
Okay, so I played Rachel. Yeah, you guys gotta watch it.
Right. Okay, so let's get into this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into this. No, first I want to go. Let's go here first. What is your favorite actor and why?
I mean, honestly, that's a very difficult question. This is so intense and has so many different type of characters. There's not one that you can pick that's going to be your favorite. Everybody has so many different emotions, inflections of characters. So I mean, all of them, to be quite honest with you. But when I say that, you're just gonna have to watch the movie to really see why.
Okay. Big for you.
So who's my favorite actor in general, right?
Yeah, in general.
You know what? Because there's so many that I admire and respect. I'm just gonna say Denzel Washington.
That's an easy go to.
Oh, what?
Yeah, of course.
It's an easy go to.
You said that last time.
I did.
I don't know why I was thinking after you said the movie.
If don't be the same actor.
That's true too. That's true
It's
too.
always somebody who's running the close second.
Probably Will. Honestly.
Will. Okay.
Can I renege because I did not understand the question. I'll say Taraji.
Taraji.
Her story and actress is incredible. To her becoming that actress. So okay.
Wow. Okay, it's interesting.
Actor.
It could be TV shows and stuff.
TV shows.
Well, I like comedy, so my favorites are Martin Lawrence. You know, you cannot go wrong with Martin Lawrence. Will Smith is also a good actor. There's just so many. There's so many. I can't even name. For real.
Yeah, that's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, that's
so
hard when I
many.
couldn't say this on the spot. Shit, like you said, Will. I like Keanu Reeves. I like his story.
Yeah.
I like his background. I like the way that he acts, everything. Edward James Olmos. I don't know if y'all know who that is.
Sounds familiar.
Benicio del Toro. He's fired. I like the movie and his acting too. There's a lot more.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo. True.
He's so.
Oh my God. Are we getting there?
That was good in the, all his.
Oh yeah.
He's really good. There's so many.
How you feel about Johnny Depp winning his case against his ex-wife?
Shoot, where's he at? That's what
He should have won that case though. She was playing too many, man.
Yeah, she was.
See, and that's the thing. A lot of females will try and play off of that, but sometimes the men are right in those situations and do well for their children in those situations. So he definitely should have won that case. Sure.
It works sometimes for me.
I'm not gonna. Well, I'm talking about I got a sperm donor. All the time type of thing.
I don't think you want to.
It's a right sperm donor for me. Wait.
I ain't gonna lie.
How was it like working with each other on set?
Man, actually, was still, I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Cause
we all worked with each other before, and I've been wanting to work with Dom. Dom supposed to be there.
Hell yeah, bro. And not to mention, because there's not a whole lot of male actors or that show love, and like even before I've even met him, we love him. Rocky and Janaea, I did Turn of the Cheek, Keep the Street Code Broken. We kind of had similar stories, and that being first film working with them. So like to get a chance to work with him, he bring that shit. So like with that mad respect, everybody brings that shit, but just speaking on us, like it was dope as hell to work with him just off of that. And with everybody in general, our chemistry is beautiful. Like on set is fun. It's like because it be long days. We put in that work. So it makes it more enjoyable. It makes the process a little bit more memorable to have people that we can really fuck with like that on set.
It became a family.
It became a family. And all shout out to Kamal Smith. He should be here in a minute. But that man put this together. This is his baby, and it was hard to bring that to life. And for him to be one of the best directors that I know and ever worked with. So like I don't know if I speak for all of us when we say that, but he brought us together. I don't know. We're gonna be in this movie. We thought he was auditioning. We thought he was auditioning.
Wait, he done a us up. That's
Yeah,
what
he set us up.
But
Okay.
this
Set us
movie
up.
was definitely very well executed.
Okay.
When I'm talking about Kamal, he had to wear so many different hats, but he had Shelby as the director.
Yeah,
Shelby.
Shelby.
She
Shout out
definitely
Shelby,
did
for
an
real.
amazing job. But to see him come out and do so many different things, being an actor, a director, a stuntman, like, I mean, this movie is going to be amazing. So.
The
best.
Mhm.
The
Hey,
best.
that trailer got me stoked. I'm like,
Man,
man,
Look,
best.
You know,
and we got
that's
two.
like in 7
Come on,
seconds.
Look, right. And we got two.
And we got two of them.
But just saying that makes it because if he handpicked y'all like in his vision for how he wanted the characters to be, he saw that in y'all somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that makes it even more for me like, wow, I want to see this because for him to pick, I didn't know it went down like that. So that's
He already had his hand picked. Like, okay, this.
That's
that.
pretty.
He literally used somebody else's name and like it was like, oh, this is their production, and we was going in there for an audition, and none of us knew. I know none of us knew because when we walked in, then we started getting handed folders. We like, we started looking at each other. We all sat down, small with the camera and everything. Like, hey, y'all, I think y'all got it by now, you know. But y'all in this movie, y'all stars in this movie.
Man.
That shit was such a blessing.
He told us to come camera ready and everything. So we
Yeah.
all like,
Exactly.
like,
Just go fur coat. You know, what are we doing? But no, he definitely. It was a shock. It was a surprise.
And it was a play. It was a play. It was a play that him and Dez were part of back in the day, and he wrote this specifically off of that. So like, it's one of the movies that has a lot of different elements. It's not just one like type of like, oh, how some movies just all straight action. It's a lot of different things. Message is strong. It's one of those you got to watch time to catch all the details.
I love messages, man. A lot of lives and a lot of things change through the message.
Okay, so I have a question. All right, so due to y'all role, was it really natural that you really had to put hours in to understand the character that you were playing?
Well, for me, my character,
Somebody take this thing.
my character Memphis, you know, a 17-year-old kid.
Okay.
He's growing up in a single parent household with just his mom. Didn't know his biological father. You know, he's getting bullied. Doesn't have the most stuff or whatever. He's getting teased at school, man. And I kind of relate to some of that because a lot of his characteristics, you feel me? I grew up with him. You know what I'm saying? Being moved, growing up without my biological father, single parent household and stuff like that. So I really just tap back to those like old hidden feelings that I, you know what I'm saying, push on and shit like that. So like it was kind of easy for me to adapt into that character, honestly.
Right. Okay.
Well, for me, honestly, I feel like I play the role of Carmen every day when I'm just going out because I feel like as a woman, I have to show that I'm not to be messed with. Especially seeing as crazy as the right now, you don't even have to be in the hood. You can just be in the suburbs and people just acting reckless. So I want you to know, don't put this little tassel on my car for sex trafficking because I might blow your shit up. You know what I mean? And Carmen's all about that.
I can't wait to see your character.
It's so good. I can't wait to see
so
it.
good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's so good and just brought that whole vibe. I definitely can't wait to see your performance.
Well, I didn't have a big role. I had a short one, so it didn't take me that long. So
Okay, you could be a turning point.
yeah, I'm coming up on something else pretty soon. So
you could be the reason for the story. Who knows?
She
I'm
plays
just
a big
grateful
part.
that I have a role. Okay,
But
everybody got to start from the bottom, and here I come.
Don't do yourself like that.
No.
No, no.
Shoot, everybody got to start somewhere. So I'm grateful for Kamal and everybody for welcoming me, you know, into this industry. So I'm very great, God. Thank you, everybody. You know.
Bet.
God.
Amen.
Shit.
Amen.
For my character, I did spend some time building the background character because, as you see in the trailer and in the promotion, I'm not just. It's not just he's got different. Yeah, I showed different range within this film.
Okay.
And it's cool because it was easy, but I also was like really put some thought in this so that way I can bring that emotion to certain scenes for where I haven't played before. and that I haven't done in a film before, and to get that to perform, I think it's that process, though, for sure.
That's awesome, bro.
During rehearsals.
Yeah.
Rehearsals were
I was
essential.
about to ask that too. Like, who
Yeah.
was the funnest at rehearsing? Who was the most serious at rehearsing?
I mean, at the end of the day, in my perspective, like everybody had that same go energy and that same buckle down and get this done. Especially when you're dealing with someone like, come on, he's definitely all about, let's have fun. We got shit to do. So if we are going to make this movie as exceptional as it is, we have to be able to grasp our character and grasp the other person as well before we can actually make a movie, if that makes sense. So.
No, same. I feel the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, everybody had that. Okay, we're gonna ha ha here, but when it's down to the nitty gritty, we gotta get into character. So
Every day it's work.
It's
no,
work.
work is a
You gotta
job.
take it as like it's work. So,
Definitely.
All right, go ahead, Fresh.
Go ahead.
You good? Go ahead. I'll cut you.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay.
All right. So I know you can't get a movie away, right? God, I wish. But is this more of a Christian-based movie where they don't do no swearing or nothing like that, or how would you rate this movie?
rated R.
Maybe a little X-rated. Shit, there's no Christmas.
We got cars blowing up, windows. Come on, man.
Y'all went all the way there.
We went all the way there, man.
We took it there. Kamal took it there. Shit.
Right. You went all the way there.
Drugs, money, sex.
Okay, yeah, all right. So
That type of movie.
Y'all got that kind of action. They got Dom and in prison from under the cheek, right?
Oh shit,
bro, hey.
Oh man, we definitely got some call action shit. I can't say too much, but Kamal let me do perform how I want to perform.
Okay.
In one of these scenes, one of the actions. That shit hard because I used to mix my artists. So I grew up no man, we do sweet shit. He was like, yeah, bet. And so he did the stunt. It was cool that everybody did their own stunts. There's a lot of stunts that happened. They'll tell you more. Kamal will tell you more, but yeah.
Kamal should be pulling up in a minute.
Right.
He's here actually.
Oh, he's actually here?
We ain't do too bad.
Right.
We waiting on you.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to get on you.
I know.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Man, stop.
So we got a fan question.
Uh-huh.
Who does the wardrobe work and how does that work?
Shakara does the
did it.
wardrobe.
Yeah, she did it for this movie.
We actually just had Shakara on the film that we're doing right now. She's great. She's on point. She definitely makes sure that the continuity is correct. She is really professional, and that's important when you got all these different scenes and all of these different things happening in the movie. Having somebody track of that is a must. And yeah, she does that shit for sure.
She's so sweet.
Shout out to you, Shark.
And she don't give her a hard time, but she do her thing though.
Hell yeah.
All right. Now, bro, I've seen y'all. I swear, I've seen y'all, and y'all amazing at what y'all do. I have to throw that out there. Okay,
Appreciate it.
bro, turn on the cheek, Street Code Brogan. Even you in the last movie come back. How you doing, bro?
Oh, you
All right.
That's all good.
Yeah, I've been kind of stalking you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Y'all doing our thing though, cause it's not like Tyler Perry. It's not like late Tyler Perry career whack. You know what I'm saying? Whoops, my bad.
I appreciate that, bro, for real.
Yeah. I can tell y'all study y'all art, and, y'all crafts. I don't know if y'all like go off on y'all kids like that, trying to practice the
I
role.
got
I don't know
three
what
of
y'all
them.
are.
I got 3 of them, so sometimes it's easy to pull.
That. So we got time in the building.
Yeah.
Come on.
We need.
Hey, y'all been doing a great job too, man. I almost crashed listening to y'all.
Oh, really? Hey, I was trying to,
Nah,
trying to...
I ain't crashed.
Oh, no.
He almost crashed when he heard me. He was like,
Like, I'm Carmen. What?
Right, that's
Yeah. Look at me, I was like,
It's all good.
it's okay.
Oh, my
This
God.
right here, this is what the problem is.
That's
what the problem is.
Right.
And it's hot, okay?
It's
That's
hot.
hot.
It's all good.
It's hot.
Dehydrated, okay?
It's good. What's up, family?
What's
I
going
see you.
on?
Y'all good?
Right.
What's up, family? Y'all
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Ah.
Thank you for coming. No, we really appreciate this. Real talk. We appreciate this.
Mr. Kamal Smith in the building. So,
Yes,
Kamal,
sir.
bro,
Yes, sir.
you know, your team already did a great job talking about you.
They had, I don't, they,
Mhm.
I gotta pay them extra. Damn, I said I got $10 each. Y'all, y'all did $100
I'll take
each.
my gas.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Much
So my
cash
cash app, huh? What's going on, man?
My brother,
Yes, sir.
let us know about you. Tell us something about you. Tell the NMX podcast fans something
About
you.
me.
Yeah, something about you, man.
Ooh, that's a loaded. All right.
We'll be here all night.
Yeah. Specifically, what you want to know
About the movie. How you cast them and put the movie together.
about Parental, discretion, advice? How did I put the cast together? Okay, so they told you about the whole prank or whatever. Y'all should have been there because their faces was right. Me, I think individually, I mean, obviously, I can speak to, everybody, but these 4 are right here, and they all have their individual story. You know what I mean? This brother right here, I adopted him as my little bro on Turn the Cheek. So being the assistant director on that, I spent a lot of time with him, like one-on-one. You know what I mean? And so when you do that as a coach in a sense, you know what I mean? Actually, because we were rehearsing, I used to be a radio personality for Hot 105, and so we would rehearse sometimes at the station. So a lot of times, me and him would just duck off to back studio, and I'm just getting them right. You know what I mean? The way you develop a chemistry because you're now learning each other as you know what I mean, about his personal life, him about mine, and vice versa. So it was, it was just that moment where I'm like, dude, and we were at my crib. I forgot what was at my crib.
oh yeah. I think it was a meeting about the film we're doing right now.
Yeah, right.
That's
We
what
was
it
at,
was.
yes. Shout out to Brother Diesel, man. And Undying Love. We're filming that literally right now. I literally just came from set, but
Undying Love.
Yeah. Written and directed by Diesel. But he was at my crib, and we was meeting about that, and he was like, "Yeah, man, just FYI, man, I'd love to work with you one day, like on one of your projects." I'm like, "Yeah, all right." But I already had him. I knew, I wanted him as Styles. And, they already told you the big prank about the week. We just was lining them up. Flores, I mean, we go back. She as well as a couple of others, and I did this purposely. They were just a part of my acting class that I had. So we shot this in April. You know what I mean? And I already knew going into it, like I want to pull people from my class because if I don't believe in you as a teacher, then I feel like I'm a hypocrite, right? Then who will? You know what I mean? And stop talking about little roles. There's no role little, right? Like that, every role. Yes, I'm always listening to my family. Right? Like your role is very. And I told her that she said the same thing on set. I'm like, well, you have a big. I mean, listen. I just speaking of Janae, right? I just did. Janae and Rocky Blacksmith Enterprises. They did a movie called A Preacher's Son. They just rap.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I did 2 scenes, right? And I played a gay man, right? Right. But here's But here's the deal. My what you like to call little scenes. I mean, but the point of that message in that part and those scenes was impactful. So everybody that's watching this, man, it's not about the size of the role, it's about the impact that you put into it. Right. You know what I mean? Because people get pulls off of 2 lines, like, I see something in that. You know what I mean? And I talk too much. Meech, this guy, a street code broke in. I met him at the rehearsal. We keep going back to Rock and Janae. All right, y'all getting too much. And it's about to be about us. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's all good. Right. They did Street Club Rome. I happen to have the blessings and opportunity to write that script, and so once I transferred it over, this was the first script. Literally, I just wrote and didn't or assistant director or something. You know what I mean? So they had been in rehearsal for a long time with the Wood. They're like, man, just come out and just check it out. So I came out to the very last rehearsal, and I saw Meeks, and I'm like, whoa, like this boy got it. You know what I mean? And then they allowed me to come on set for a scene or for whatever. And again, I'm like, yeah, okay, I need this cat in my film. But even with that, it was like maybe, you know what I mean? Because I still didn't really know Meeks like I know him now, like again, little, right? But it was when we did a family divided. Shout out to Rick McQueen. He came just to be an extra, and I'm like, what you? For me, I was the director of that film. I'm like, yo, what you? I thought I'd like miss something. I'm like, what you doing here, bro? Like, you know, like,
Right.
What character are you? He's like, oh no, I saw the post. It said you some basketball players. I'm like, wow. So, boom. And then last but not least, KKK. I'm sorry, MK. I forgot.
You don't want
No. KKK is my nickname for her. Nobody else can call her that. She's always gonna be KKK, right? Y'all know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, KKK. That's always been my name for her. I met her actually at Dale on Wednesdays, and I knew nothing at anything about acting. I just said, you have a great look. You know what I mean? It was so creepy, right? Because she was at the bar, and it was such like a line. You know what I mean? Like, hey, how you doing? Right. Anybody ever told you that she have a look for film? You know what I mean? She never even. She was like, oh, we just ended up just rapping, and I called her in for a role for Lisa Brown's. He played me, and she came and knocked it out. And I was just like, man, that was like, yeah. And the role for Carmen, and it just was like, but so she didn't know at the time. We had did a photo shoot together, and the style that she was wearing for the photo shoot, she had a mohawk, and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? But at the time I was writing. And so that was that. Overall, it's a balance between I wanted people from my acting class. I wanted a hint of veterans and you know the rising stars. You know what I mean? And I guess they call it their thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Man, how did you get this title? This title is very unique.
Yeah. So I got who was saying it. I don't know if you or one of y'all was saying about this was actually a play first. So there was a play called Meet the Parents back in 2010. And when I decided y'all want to turn this into a movie, obviously I can't use Meet the Well, I could, but I didn't want to use Meet the Parents. I said, Ben Stiller movie, from the early 2000s, huge franchise. Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers. All right, go that. So when I brainstorm for titles, man, I just go what. I don't want to elongate the answer, but I had my titles. Well, I wanted to write. I usually try to write down 5 titles. Of Eyes was the second one. I'm like, I'll have it too. You know what I mean? Because it just stuck. Kept saying Concentration of Eyes, and everything with the movie is about it just fit. So I just say, yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Wow.
What are people to take from the movie when you see it?
A lot.
Everything.
No. So here's the thing. There's a lot of time when we get when we have these opportunities to interview, I have the same consistent answer. Just like Denzel is the same consistent answer for who's his favorite actor. Yeah. But what I hope that you take home is the actual message and the point of this movie. Like when you see the trailer, you see the action, you see the gunfire, this, that, and the other. But the point of this movie is I wanted to, even when I was as a play, I wanted to bring awareness to what happens in a household that right? And so factually, these children, not just sons, it just happens that I call you Memphis playing the son in this movie. This is son or daughter, right? When you don't have a father figure in a household, you're 4 times likely to be in poverty, 4 times likely to do crime, 4 times likely to go to jail, and 4 times likely to be a part. I forgot what the word is. It's not necessarily do drugs, but be surrounded with drugs. So either do drugs or sell drugs. One of the two.
Product in your environment.
Yeah. So that's the overall message, right? And then it was like, when I got to writing it was like, oh, let's blow up cars and everything else. I mean, yeah, but you won't walk out the theater. Like literally, the last thing that you see, I can't say yet, but the last thing you see is knowing. So that's what can happen if I don't do my shit together, right? So this movie is a shout out to the deadbeats. Stop being a deadbeat. In layman's, that's what this movie's about. In layman's, that's what this movie's about. If you're a deadbeat dad out there, stop. Be a father too. Yeah, be a father. Be a father. Because they didn't choose this life.
Oh, I got questions for days. I'm gonna wait to So go ahead, Fresh.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna do my thing. Okay, so I'm a movement for men. Saying I feel like in today's ages, so when I hear stuff like deadbeat dads, you don't think the person chose to honor the person at all? The woman actually chose to honor that person with a child.
So your question is, do I think that the woman is there any situation where a woman is like, I don't want the male a part of my child's life?
Correct.
Oh, there's a lot of women like that.
Yeah.
And they use their children as pawns, and that's what's really sick. And for those mothers out there, get your shit together, because that's very upsetting that there are fathers that want to be in their child's life, but the woman wants to use the man for money or use the man for their own benefit instead of benefiting their child. And that is a problem.
Right.
And again, it's always like there's two sides to everything.
Absolutely. So I'm definitely 100% with there. As the writer and the creator of this film, this is just for deadbeat dads, but don't get it twisted. There's some fucked up moms out there as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know personally, I have a couple of friends who, aren't allowed. I can't believe I'm saying that word right to see their child, right? And all friends, we're good dudes. You know what I mean? So yes, there's that story out there for some. You know what I mean?
Right.
But for this story, so let me just say this, right? No. I'm gonna be very transparent. No. This is important. I forgot this part. Like in some of the promotion that y'all we're seeing, we have 3 waves of promotion. Right? So MK. Sorry. No. Front of company, I will give you your title. MK was just saying about she was like, there's 2 trailers, right? And so we first dropped the first trailer in August, and the mission was always, yo, we're gonna promote the same for 2 months, right? But we're not gonna have the same promotion for 2 months, right? So like even today we're dropping new promotion, right? And some of the promotion that you'll see where it has basically the audio pictures, what I call it. I don't know if y'all saw our promotion today with Leach, and telling the story, right? So a couple of us have these audio things, but what you'll hear is all of them, right?
Okay.
That was me literally giving, not like he knows me by any means, but giving him homage back, because originally this story, when I wrote the play, was an adaptation of his song called Meet the Parents. And it was about the same thing, but of course I put some sauce on it and up a little bit.
Right.
When I put it on, I was like, I'm a huge hip hop fan, right? Not rap, but hip hop, right? And I'm a huge fan of storytelling.
Big difference, people. Big difference.
Big facts.
Please.
And so when he told this story, I said, "Whoa, shit!" You know what I mean? I'm like, "Did y'all hear that?" And so I turned that song into a play, and then turned that into a film. So going back to your question, bro, just to let you know where it stemmed from. I'm not avoiding the messed up moms out here. That's just where this story is.
It was more the direction of people making choices. That's where it was. Okay. Like you knew what the person was. You know that this person really not father fit, but you still chose to honor this person.
Oh,
to have a child.
Oh yeah. Well, they just stupid.
Yeah.
I refuse to write that story. Stop being stupid.
Stop being stupid.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
So it's always the guy fault. But last time I checked, you had a choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But because I would never disregard. Like there are a lot of poopy dudes out here. Like guys just suck. But they're
men and women.
Yeah.
But just know that this affects the child. it doesn't affect you.
It does.
Being petty.
Right.
It affects the child.
Big facts.
Real.
Like,
Real.
1,000%.
Yes, sir.
Y'all gotta check out PDA October 1st.
October
1st.
October 1st.
That's every year. That's gonna meet us in Farmington, guys.
I will
Yeah.
pull
Purchase
up.
your
Y'all want
tickets.
tickets?
We gotta
Bio.
get the-
I'm pulling up.
I know, in the
Yeah,
link in the bio.
That's so accessible. Like, click, click. All right.
Click,
Yeah.
CC, expiration, and the last 3 of the card.
That's it.
All right.
It-
It's gonna be a beautiful movie.
yeah.
So, I'm Jeffrey the Realist. If y'all, I'm behind the scene. I'm about to hit y'all with a question. This is a podcast.
Go.
Okay. But so before I ask this question, is there any beautiful thing, art piece that you feel like you know right now about the set,
About the who?
about the movie?
Beautiful art piece.
There's something that stood out to you that like, man, this is gonna be a great movie.
Me? No, I'm just kidding.
I like Anna.
I will say this, and everybody. I think 5 of us gonna have a different right. I'll say the one thing, the beautiful art piece. Dang.
Look, I feel like
You
you're
know
gonna
you
say
want
the same
it.
Oh,
thing right now. Go ahead.
Crumbs.
No.
Crumbs.
I got you. Here we go. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
For me, as a director directing this whole piece, out of all the stuff that takes all the action and all that, I will say the beautiful art piece is going to be the dynamic between Meech and Elle as mother and
Okay.
son.
What an upper. All right.
Mother and son. Yeah. Seriously,
Damn,
seriously. No, I mean, I there's certain things that you did a great job not saying. We can say, I can say this. I said, this is not letting a cat out the bag. There is a scene with Meech and Elle, literally almost brought me to tears while we were in it. And it was because of their friends, and it was because the elements of, wow, this is literally how I've envisioned it. And sometimes when you write something and direct something, right, it's not, even write something and you pass it along, it's like, well, it came out good enough, you know what I mean? But with them, I said, it was heavy. So heavy that at that point, everybody's at when we cut it was like, all right, everybody, oh, just hold hands and just say kumbaya. It was like, it was heavy. I can't say what happened, but it was heavy. So that's my beautiful art. And when I say that, I can't express, that's not taken away from any other, so many magnificent scenes with all 4 of them, man. All 5 of us, but that's my beautiful art piece.
Okay.
Yep.
So we got another fan question. I have a question for the lady guest. Would you want to be around a woman that do that? I think he was pertaining to the question I asked. I think.
I'll be friends with somebody.
Be friends with somebody.
That be holding the baby
Yeah.
hostage? Hell no. Because and that's just 1,000.
Yeah.
You already know that you're a problem. I'm gonna tell you you're the problem. You're not gonna like me. That's okay.
You got many friends? You got plenty of friends?
Look, I don't have a lot of friends.
That's what
really
exactly. Snip, snip.
I'm going to be very blunt. I'm very direct. I'm very curt. A lot of people can handle that. But if you know that you're and you're somebody to give you an excuse, I'm not the one.
Right.
Flores. The ladies.
Well, if a woman uses their child as a pawn, but like everybody says, there's 2 stories to everything, So
right.
I'm not a judgmental person. So, I mean, if they're doing it on purpose, then no, I'm sorry, because every child does need both parents, and I agree with that.
Right.
So until I sides or I try to understand what's really going on, I can't dismiss you until I know that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I have my own reasons, and everybody else has theirs, And, like I said, I have a deadbeat, and there's a reason why he is. So, and I'm okay with that, because financially, I'm always going to be there for my baby. Emotionally, I'm always going to be there for you, and physically, I'm always. So,
Right. There you have it.
Shelby!
Yeah.
Yeah, can I? And I know y'all shouted her out too, but I have to. I will always pay homage to this woman. Shout out to Shelby Lee, man. Gee, she was my anchor for this movie. One of, because I don't want to take away everybody else. But as my assistant director, Shelby really handled the set well. So thank you, Shelby, because we know you locked in.
thank you, Shelly.
They gave you your props before you. I don't know when you logged in. I saw you log in my live, but appreciate you for what you're doing. And listen, Shelby is on the way of putting me out of business. I'm let me say that. And I'm here for it, man. Y'all think I'm playing? Shelby is going to be one of them directors that everybody wants their hands on. So shout out to you, Shelby. Again, I love you, sis, and keep doing what you're doing.
Believe, because with Kamal, that's a trust factor. You have to trust everyone in this film to be able to do what he did in this film. So that's what I'm saying. This is something that's unprecedented. Just do
Right.
Man, I can't even spell that word. I love when I hear it.
Man, so yeah, this man, PDA is gonna be dope.
PDA is going to be great.
Yeah. I'm actually off October 1st.
Yeah.
Why you know so early?
That schedule's bad. But yeah, but before we let y'all go, we gotta have a little fun. You know, there's football is back.
Let's go.
Favorite sport of the year. You know, life begins all over again. Life is really. So my question to you, bro, if you can write, what athlete would you love to write a movie about?
About?
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Vick.
Michael Vick?
All day.
Really?
Yeah. Listen,
Michael Vick.
When it all went down, I literally
Virginia Tech.
started Atlanta Falcons, and then Philadelphia. Yeah. But I actually started. I just felt like that whole Pitbull case was like, mind you, I'm a lover of animals. I had 3 Pitbulls. You know what I mean? I get it. Fighting dogs, not cool. So let me be first to say, like, oh, I'm fighting. No, I don't. I think animal abuse is cruel. But also feel like, you know, you deserve a second chance, right? And he got that second chance. Now, obviously, when he got that second chance, he didn't come back as well as he was when he was with Atlanta. You know what I mean? But I just felt like it was just an awesome comeback story. You know what I mean? And I remember the title number 7, the number 7, not 7 like SEVEN, which was your important thing. But yeah, like that. Well, I mean, it's so many out there, but that's the first one that really just comes to mind. You know what I mean? That was a great thing.
You can, if it's an athlete that you want to portray in a movie, who would it be and why?
Well, I've always wanted to do boxing. I think Hector Camacho's got a movie, does he not? About his life.
I think so.
It's hard for me. It's hard for me, but I've had a passion for fighting and boxing and mixed martial arts since I've been a kid. Like growing up, pay-per-view fights, Mike Tyson fights, all the fights. I grew up with that. So, like for me, one of my dream roles would be to prepare properly for a movie like that, get in Rocky mode, and really like set that role off. Really do that because that's a huge passion of mine. That like you have to be all in. It's a whole lifestyle. So like while life happens, kids happen, job, finances, everything, and then we follow our other dreams, it's a little bit harder to keep with. So that's something when I watch movies and martial art movies and boxing movies, it hit me in the feels a little bit. Cause I'm like, man, I'm washed up. I need to get. So I can't really think off top like any particular like specific boxer right now. I've been following too much. I've been busy.
You've been booked and busy, bro.
Working.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Well, I don't really watch sports much, so the only one I would probably do was the one that I don't know what his name is though, but the one that didn't he leaned down for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. That's probably the only person that I would want to know, because he's trying to stand. That would be
a good story.
And amazing. They did on Netflix and those. So, I'm just like, check it out. Yeah.
I came to who I want, Velasquez. Now, Velasquez, who I played in Turtle Cheek, but Cain Velasquez is a mixed martial artist. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with him. Yeah, I think that would be a great story.
Man,
I don't got nobody.
Flat out.
I don't got nobody. I'm drawing a blank.
But what you got? Okay, so let's change it then. For rap,
right?
What artist, what rapper would you love to portray in the movie?
Let's see.
Oh, you do an easy cop out like shit. No, I do myself.
Ooh, I got one.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Ooh. No, you can read my mind.
We got me.
Yeah, we that close?
Let's see. I do a lot of people. Honestly, they pay me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't know. I want to do somebody like Gotti or somebody.
Yeah. That'd be different. He low key. He low key about all stuff. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Okay.
We're talking sports. I would do like the female Kobe. Especially because we have the same birthday. But if we're talking August 23rd.
Oh, that's dope.
But if we're talking musically, I know Missy Elliott was one of the first top female. So I would definitely like to portray her. Or Eve, because I've been told I look like Eve a lot.
I can so see you killing EVE.
What?
I
definitely see that.
I never saw that. You just said it
that.
just now.
I
Oh
see
my
that.
God, I've
I
always
see
missed
that.
that.
My dad says Daddy Yankee.
Hey, he's good though.
Right.
For real. He just retired.
Yeah, he just retired.
He just retired.
What
He
was
did
it?
the last concert.
That movie, that shit was fire.
He just retired. That's a long time doing music.
Oh yeah, he was a veteran with that. That's a good. That would be a good one.
Man.
All right, Fresh.
Yeah.
Who would you?
Oh, me. If I do music, I definitely want to play 50 Cent. He gained a lot of weight lately. So, music would be 50, and football, I would like to be Bruce Smith. I would like to play a movie.
Wow, Bruce Smith.
Yeah.
Kiki?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tiki?
I ain't even never thought of one.
Well, we haven't either. So
Right. But I'm trying to
Come up
actor
with
it, so
something.
it's
Right.
it's kind of like for me, it's like it's not something I do. It's not for me. Musically. Well, when I was younger, all the time, everybody starts like, "You look like Aaliyah." So I guess I would do
Hey,
her.
girl,
I would
tell
do
me,
her.
do you do me?
Right.
East Coast
Put my little
Philly.
do-rag on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get on that yacht, rock the boat. All right.
All right. Bet. So, I got a question. We can't get out of here without the question. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'll never know
Ask
his
him,
name.
baby.
Right,
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
say.
I'm just pulling out some. It's gonna be common, but your perspective. So I have a question. So why do the bad guys come first before we appreciate the good ones, or vice
That's the female or everybody.
both? Both genders. Yeah.
Well, you gotta learn a lesson. You gotta learn a lesson before you can receive a blessing. Period. So you ain't gonna know if you got a good one until you got a bad one. Like 1,000%.
So you gotta go through scars and stuff. You gotta go through.
Honestly, I mean, you feel like you got the love or everything that you wanted the first time around? Probably not.
You don't believe in love at first sight?
I mean, I thought I believed in love at first sight until I realized exactly. So you got to learn those lessons before you can actually learn what the blessing is going to be like.
Mm.
Gotta learn what you don't want before you can actually get what you do.
That's hard. That's hard.
I mean, she basically answered the question.
Next question.
I mean, okay. Well, hold on. Before we just let MK out there.
Please. Thank you. Somebody throw it in there.
Women who choose the bad guy, knowing they're the bad guy, or what quote unquote street dudes, this, that, and the other, and you know what it is, and you know he's not about what you should be liking, you still choose him anyway. Versus the good guy who can be a good provider and everything else. And then this is the common thing you hear with women when you say, "Oh, because I feel safe."
Thank you. There it is.
Yeah, or just
you're too nice.
As if good guys can't fight or protect.
Right.
It's the dumbest thing I heard ever. But there's a lot of that. Don't escape. Don't just be like, "Okay, killed it." No, okay.
I'm like, I was waiting for somebody to step in.
But there's more not used that just run into a bad guy. There's more of.
I hate to say
toxicity to it.
Yeah, it is, but I even hate to put this on it. With the bad guy, there's a sexy for a lot of them.
What's the okay?
Because they don't think that this good guy, especially
can lay it down. Well, we can. They can choke me the way I need. Gentlemen can do everything in bed that a bad guy can do.
If it's outwardly portrayed, they're not going to think that. And simple-minded of women to think that, but it's true.
I'm joking. No. Well, okay, I'm joking, but I'm joking.
I'm joking, but I'm not. True.
But what I'm saying is,
thrill of it though, too. You know, it's the thrill. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to go rob a bank with Babe. You know?
No.
We gonna go sell drugs together.
But right. Baby, I also it's a maturity thing, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we were all younger. We used to all think,
"Oh, it's fun."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Until you get caught up, you're like, "No,
where you at?
Damn, you again?
They got me, Mom.
Again, right. No, stay there, learn a lesson.
Learn a lesson.
Next thing y'all know, y'all in the library. Who's a good Mr. Librarian?
That's one thing I want to put out to women. Don't not take accountability because the actions that you decided to continue making. Like oh my God, this guy did. At the end of the day, when you're in a bad relationship, that's all on you. You decided to stay. Just like you said. Oh, you knew he was doing you like that. You saw him cheating 5,000 times.
Shit, they didn't do nothing. Yeah.
You decided to stay. So don't start blaming the man for, he's like this and he's like this. No, it's your fault, sweetheart. Because you knew it was that, but you just had to keep going with it. So.
Yeah.
I like bad girls too, though.
Vice versa. Vice versa. That's why I said vice versa. Let's hear your perspective. Go ahead, Meek.
Yeah, we're like a little toxicness and stuff like that.
Oh, you know, still
around. I don't know if I can.
Don't say a name.
Don't say a name. Okay.
Listen. So when we first came to rehearsal and stuff, right? So it was my first time working with MK and stuff. Came in with her gun on her hip. Kind of scared, but I thought it was kind of sexy.
Yeah, you see.
But that doesn't make her a bad girl.
No, I don't make
her a street girl.
But that's kind of like.
Girl, you see coming in with a gun on her hip, so you know what I'm saying? I stay back.
I'm like, yeah.
I mean, recently though, a lot because just with our like growing community as actors and filmmakers, it's getting there. Like we making some noise. For women, there's been instances before noticed that a lot, and us as men, it's our job to, we're to overlook that. Make sure y'all get to your cars, because it's real. It's an ugly world out here. So just much respect for you, pat that motherfucker on your hip because that's strong. That's a lot of respect for that for sure.
Definitely.
Right.
And now I think the answer is
what?
Y'all want to stop at MK. We want to make sure.
Nah, I wasn't.
Hold on.
Yeah. You ain't get off the hook.
Yeah.
Right, you ain't said nothing.
What? I thought I did.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
What was the question again?
She said.
Right, I'm ready to sell drugs.
Oh, yeah, she did. She said the fantasy. She said the fantasy.
I'm dead.
Yeah, the fantasy of it. I did.
All right, fine. All right. So my last question is this: where does this term "dominate my dominance" come from?
Oh, it's let me tell you. Please do.
Imitating a podcast.
I know.
I can go.
What is it again?
Just dominate my dominance.
Mm-hmm.
As a woman, I'm very dominant. Like you said, I come in here with a strap on my head. Half the time, I'm a nigga at heart. There's a lot of guys that can get inside and see the softness of me because I already know how hard this world is. But when there's a man that makes me want to soften up, and thank goodness I actually found one that made me want to soften up and be all like, but don't get me wrong, don't try me in my car because
Hold on.
you know what I'm saying?
So the world. To the world.
To the world,
You got a marker.
I'm off limits. Right now, and it feels good to say that because I don't like a lot of people in my DMs. Like, to be honest, you niggas be nerves. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to make me want to be a soft woman because a lot of times when we're out here, you have to portray that I'm not to be messed with because they will toy with you. The things that they say, the things that they'll. I mean, I was at the car wash the other day, just vacuuming out my car. I ran away from a beat. I'm in the passenger backseat door, and the dude comes around to my driver backseat door and opens it. I said, what? He's like, I was just letting it out. I said, man, I'm good. You could close my door because they will try anything to just weasel their way in. No, like you got me messed up.
Or he could have been trying to help you with the bee.
He whisper. No, you open the
He could. I said,
yeah.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's like, no matter what, a lot of people are going to try you. So you have to be that strong, stable woman until you find that man that you can actually be vulnerable. So
I think I got one from a male's perspective on that question.
Go ahead, big dog.
Dominate. We're as men, we're dominant. That's what we're providers, we're protectors. Right. We all of that, right? So for you to be able to dominate in a way as a woman, to understand how dominant we have to be to live in this world, that I feel is the definition of dominating a man. Because without that, there's no peace. So we need that. That's what we look to a woman for, is that peace. So if you don't fully understand why a man has to be, and in itself is big. That's a deal breaker right there. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to hold me down like I hold this shit down. And I need you to know when I need this shit to be held down, you already got it before I'm even thinking about it type shit. So yeah.
Okay. Sheesh. Anybody else want to get in on?
I just like feminine women. I don't like.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like no dominant ass women. That's what I was getting to.
Right.
That's like the sense of message I was kind of getting to.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we gotta be masculine or anything, but you know.
I feel her on her because I'm the same way. You know, I'm dominant too because I'm the breadwinner. I'm mom. I'm dad.
Keep it on her hip too.
So yeah, I went in the bag. You know, so I feel that, and every woman needs to protect themselves, especially out here in Detroit or anywhere else that is a little crazy. So definitely, you know, and then you don't want to make yourself women seem like you're so vulnerable, so weak. So like she said, because they will try you, they'll try to manipulate you, they'll try to play games on you, they'll try to use you, and so yeah, you definitely always. Everybody always has to have that wall against, you know, around their heart until you find that somebody who you can connect with, match that energy, you know.
Okay. Tea fresh.
I got it. I mean, I'm more on the side of what Meech and Don was saying. You know,
that's a lot of lip slap. You good over there?
I'm sorry. I lean towards more of what they saying.
Okay.
I don't, you know, my wife said I don't have too much contact.
Hold me down.
I'm looking at Dawn like, yeah, brother.
Down, man. Hey, honey.
Right. You know.
You dominated me, babe.
I do want to put this in because I feel like some women do have this problem. When it comes to being submissive or being that friend with your man, be open to their conversation. Because a lot of women will be closed off and men
I was just
can't
about
feel
to
like,
say that.
oh, I can't even talk about, like, I met this girl, I met this friend, blah, blah, blah. And you are already reluctant to say anything because you feel like your woman about to, oh, so you trying to talk to her now? Like, nah, don't be closed off. Because at the end of the day, that messes up a relationship. You have to be willing and be trustworthy with your partner to know that whoever they're talking about, whatever they're talking about, going to be a problem that squeezes in between you two. Who's up?
Man,
I was trying to think of an answer, so I'm gonna tie it in. All right. There's a prize is dominant, ruthless guy who doesn't have tolerance for anything. As long as he's at the top, he's good, right? And then there's my counterpart, who's played by Sierra Smith, played the character Breeze. She's literally a movie who can be my piece, right? But her dominating my dominance isn't aggression or anything like that. It's more of a voice of reason, right? So I think that's just even in my true life, if I want to answer the question technically where they come from. We don't know where it come from, but what we know is how we fit it in our life. Every individual, in the world, right? It's just perspective, right? So for me, I'm a dominant person, but not because I want to be dominant. So back by saying, I agree with Dom, but I do agree with Dom in the sense of, as a man, we are certain things, right? We're a provider, we're supposed to be this and the other. For me in my life, personally, I'm always the leader. I've been there for a very, very long time, right? So my name is called on, come on, a lot, right? There's my dominance. So it's not like I'm just dominant, like, tyrant or anything, but I'm dominant in my leadership, right? So to dominate that, you gotta be special. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, what's dominate my dominance is what are you bringing to Thanksgiving? Because if I'm going to bring the cookie, and what I'm bringing, right? Don't just be like, I was going to bring the punch. That's not going to go. I brought the silverware. That's not going to. You have to be able to meet me at Thanksgiving dinner and actually contribute to the table. And I'm not even going to say it has to be 50-50, but at least 60-40 or 49-59 or something like that. And that's for me controlling my dominance.
Yeah. Gotta bring something to the table.
I guess I just don't like the wording of it, so that's what's making me like hesitant because it's dominating my dominance. Like for me, I feel like it's making it in a relationship type of okay.
Bring it on, girl.
In my relationship with my husband, I don't feel like I'm trying to be dominant. He's trying to be dominant. I feel like he's trying to be where I'm weak at, he's strong, and where it's vice versa. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to dominate him, but I let him lead. You know what I'm saying? He's not trying to dominate me, but he lets me whenever, if it's a situation where I need to lead or whatever. So it's just kind of like I got you, you got me, and not no, I'm trying to dominate you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just how
That's a good perspective there because everybody views things different. Words can trigger different meanings to different people, and that's something to take note as well.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in my generation, I hear that all the damn time. That's unfortunate. But I think for me, I gotta think about it. I've been thinking about it for a minute. I don't want to piss nobody off, but I get the whole protection thing for women. I think I couldn't be a woman, first of all. I'll be walking around with I'll be the Black Harley Quinn for real. I couldn't do it. I don't know how y'all do it with guys out here, thirsty guys, but what happens what happens if you're in defensive mode and there's some misunderstanding about a situation and an actually good guy come talk to you? Now you missed out your opportunity because while you're defensive, you feel like you need to, stick your chest out, whatever you got to do to make you seem like you can't be. I'm not to be played with. I got my gun on my hip.
I mean, that's a woman knowing herself though, and
Yeah.
reading the room and reading the energy.
But sometimes you're human. Sometimes it's just misunderstanding. Yeah, and dang, Lynn. For real? No, that's my perspective. But you guys are amazing. I love everybody's answer. Tiki in the corner, fresh over there. You know what I'm saying? Jeffy behind, Ray, doing my thing. But we got all these beautiful people on this set. This is gonna be an awesome movie. And again, you know how I get down. I need my goobers and my 2 popcorns. Yes.
October 1st, y'all.
Get y'all tickets. Riviera.
Talk to them. You don't want style out there because I'm at the company.
Yeah. Talk to them.
Don't give it Halloween ideas.
All right. So there y'all have it. The PDA squad in the building. Came to their thing. Love the energy, vibe, everybody, and on my behalf, and then the podcast, all of us. Thank y'all for y'all time.
Thank you for having us.
I always say it time is something you can't get back. And
you can.
Y'all spend your time with us. This time. This time, man, we truly grateful. Glad y'all came in and showed us the love.
Thank you, guys.
And y'all, please, love this movie October 1st. Where's that? Where's the internet?
Riviera.
In Farmington.
Get your tickets.
Riviera.
Get your tickets.
How much are the tickets?
35
50 to VIP. 50 to VIP.
Yes, sir.
Come on
Yeah,
now,
it is,
buy
man.
your
Y'all gotta
tickets.
come out. Can't wait to see this movie.
That's not
I
piss off
appreciate
the
y'all.
gas.
Come get your autograph.
Right. So far we go. My man Meech. This is our third time around. Third time, I believe so. Yeah, third time kicking it. He got that facts.
That's true love. Jeez.
We love us, man. We love him too.
Look at dark skin and light skin working together.
Dark skin, light skin working together. So we all family here now, man. The young man. Detroit greatness right here.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
You see that, Drake? You see we work together.
My man Meech Facts Studio. We got to show him that love. Thank y'all, everybody. We love y'all in this podcast. We back on Friday. Got my man Deuce Sanders in the building.
Deuce.
He get with us Friday, so make sure to check us out. PDA. It's going down. It's real, man. In the Mix Podcast. We out. Show us the video. Peace out. Love y'all.
Yeah. That's our work. Bam.
Urban outrage.
It's a lot of niggas come from the east side, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of big nut niggas come from the east side, best friends, Chambers, Currys, and all these niggas bruising them, LB, them, Wipeout, them, you know what I'm saying? Mo Green, east side, G, I'm just, it's a lot of niggas, man, that come from the east side, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, out of all the niggas from the east side, who you think is the king of that motherfucker? Like, who you think really turned up the most for the east side, and who the biggest gangster nigga from the east side? And they told me it's a nigga named Meech Icewood.
Okay, Joe.
Niggas hating on me, that's a fact. Just shot another movie, now I'm back. Hardest nigga from the east, and that's without a doubt. Will Smith and shit, keep my name about y'all fucking mouths. Bitch, we don't tolerate no disrespect. Chopper come from Russia, got the same guns as Putin, nigga. Can never be a victim, we the ones doing the shooting, nigga. Can never be a victim, we the ones doing the shooting, nigga. Ayy, bitch, Fact Street. My money from the streets, so my shit tax free. Watch the work in the water move like a jet ski. In the kitchen with my apron on, Gordon Ramsay. Pirates, big hardest nigga from the D who ain't signed yet. 100 mil before I died, that my mindset of rap failed crack sales is back to the projects. Hey, I'm trying to get it how I live. Never gave a fuck, I've been trouble since a kid. Allegheny County, where I did my first bid. Black and white, name cleared, I ain't tell them people shit. Facts, you can't compete with me, I'm who you used to be. Niggas talk behind my back but wanna be cool with me. Real nigga certified, it ain't no fooling me. I see a fuck nigga behind all that jewelry. I'm trying to stack a whole ticket so my team could eat. God, all of us shining like we EST. Never said the city mine, but it's finna be. Whole Jeff going crazy, I'm on BET. Never cared about the misconceptions, only here to motivate, bitch, I been a blessing. Fuck a chain, bought some pints, that's a smart investment. Gotta meet up with the plug, now we off to Texas. Meet Chicewood, these niggas can't fuck with me. My ex bitch sick, she wish she stuck with me. Flying in the scat, I'm pushing the 150. Straight draw raw, I'm dancing like he did it. I took some losses, but it only made me better. I told my brother don't even trip, we gon' be rich forever. But since we talking about facts, let's get into it. Niggas tryna downplay me like this just music. 90K for that lick, bitch, I really did it. In them cell fighting cases, bitch, I really lit it. 8th grade Al Woos, bitch, I been shitting. Had the South show me love when I was down in Memphis. Fuck you niggas talking about. Clout chasing for the gram, nigga, knock it off. When it come to clown shit, don't ever speak on me. I know I killed they ass with 2, but bitch, this fact street. I really live what I rap, nigga. You niggas bitches, I'll pull up and smack niggas. No love, I ain't giving out no debt, nigga. They said I fell off, so I had to bounce back, nigga, facts.